Let's go.
Oh, was that the clap to get started? Here we are. We are back.
Back with a bang.
Can you hear me, Mikey, by the way?
Yep.
And my mic's a bit away from
Wish we couldn't.
Yeah.
2026, the reunion. Woo.
You say reunion like we haven't seen each other every day.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Let's remember how to do this. Britcoiners episode 177. On the agenda this week, we have got, is it the end of the 4-year cycle? Venezuela's Maduro at risk of being replaced. BlackRock adding more Bitcoin. White House advisor saying the AG didn't sell any Bitcoin. Steak and Shake. And aliens.
Great. Wow. What was the price of the last pod mod, Molly?
Mod.
Molly?
Mikey. What have you got there?
Yeah, last episode's price was 113,700.
Quite a bit down.
So basically what we're saying is
there's a direct correlation.
Since we've not been doing the pod, the price has gone down. 4-year cycle is broken.
Yeah.
And now we've had to come back
to fix everything.
Save it all.
Yeah. People have been like, oh God, those guys haven't been doing the pod.
Fix
Confidence
Bitcoin.
is gone. Well, we're back.
It's like the meme, isn't it, in Bitcoin? We get around every cycle, you get them people that are like, don't worry, guys, I'm here to fix Bitcoin. I'm here to save it.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Dave is here to fix Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's broken.
The crazy thing now, the price will go up after this episode, and you'll be like, see?
Not like
Well, then I'll just release some sort of tweet saying you're welcome.
Yeah.
All right, well, since then, the price has been up at 124 and as low as 84. So it's been quite a bit of a roller coaster the last.
It's been like 9 months, is it?
Yeah, I was going to say 6 months. I can't remember when we last did the podcast.
So it's like mid-September we did the last one.
That was the B-Huddle special.
B-Huddle
wasn't it?
special, yeah.
Yeah, before that was like...
That's when I turned into an absolute unit of a man.
Oh, yeah, you were on that,
Yeah, I wasn't on it.
Yeah. Freddie.
Yeah, well,
I suppose that leads nicely into, is the 4-year cycle dead?
yeah.
Thank you.
Next question.
There we go.
The drawdown isn't as big as the normal 4-year. Like it missed it by a whisker, didn't it? It's like 93, 24, and then at the end of 24, what was it, 93? Something like that. And then
You mean
at the end of 25, it's like
whether it's up or not.
87.
Whether it's a red or green year,
Is it like that, if that memory...
So we were down tiny percentage.
90. Oh, come
So
on.
you're saying if you don't do calendar year, you could probably find a starting point where it still
but
applies.
it's not like the drawdowns you saw in 22 and 18 and 14, where it's gone from 13
At
to
double-digit
3,
numbers, yeah.
47 to 16.
No, the drawdown year is this year.
Yeah, this is saying it's
Yeah,
broken.
but
It's
I'm
not a
just saying
drawdown. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's not. That's what I'm basically saying. It's not like the big drawdown year,
no.
which you would expect in 26.
Yes, you should be having the drawdown year this year in 2026, but 2025 should have been in correlation with the other ones that you're looking at there being like 100% plus. Oh, there's a 66% one. Is the
At
lowest
least
one.
in the green.
Sorry.
At least in the green.
Yeah, which it hasn't. So it has broke the trend. I guess is the way to say it. It has definitely.
Is it close enough to? I mean, I know we reference it always in dollar, but if you look at the Iranian real, have you broken the 4-year cycle?
You'd have to go back and look at what the pattern is.
Exactly. Is it just?
I think
in dollar.
The biggest historically.
I feel like you're clutching at straws, Dave.
The 4-year cycle came from. I get people like, let's go back and explain for people. People refer to the 4-year cycle basically around the Bitcoin halving side, but I think that also had a coincidental correlation with money printing and the wider economy, and that ended up just syncing up with the 4-year halvings. But it was then 4-year halvings. However, now, forgetting the economy side, the 4-year halvings, if you just focus on that for a second, years ago, the amount of Bitcoin coming in circulation was significant for the amount of cash coming in to Bitcoin. Now, the amount of Bitcoin being mined and coming into circulation is a tiny, tiny portion of what even the likes of the ETFs are buying or sailors buying or anyone. So it just becomes a blip and it's almost not relevant now, the halvings.
Yeah. I think STRC themselves bought more than that came into circulation.
Yeah.
So not even strategy, just STRC
himself. Yeah. So yeah, I think the halving it's almost taken out of the equation now. And then at this point now, it then would be like sentiment and sort of mental driven, and then on top of the wider economy of where we're at, and then Bitcoin's belief going forwards. So yeah, I think it's I don't want to say it's broken because I think it sounds silly to say it's broken. It's just a different era. It's changed. It's moved.
Oh, a new era.
But it was almost always going to break, wasn't it? You got those
Stop saying it's
institutional
broken,
volumes.
Dave. It's a new era.
Yeah.
Now that it's
broken,
now that
it's
it's
a new
broken, now that that pattern's broken, still think halvings will have a significant impact, though. If you talk
No, I
about,
think that this just Google.
if it's
Mikey,
just
how
a
much-
simple supply and demand play, you're halving demand.
but it's too small. What's coming into circulation at the minute? How much is mined a day on a daily basis, and then what's that worth a day? Just basically what's mined in a year, I guess, is the question.
Like just on 2025.
Yeah, how much Bitcoin mined in 2025, and then you can easily see that in comparison to even an ETF or something. 450 Bitcoins mined a day at the minute, and then multiply that by 365 is 164,250. 14, it's about 15
Classic
billion.
AI.
$15 billion.
What you're saying, that's not significant enough. Still
No.
sounds pretty significant.
With everything around the world being bought at the minute now, and the ETFs we're buying. I mean, the ETFs we've got that as on the agenda point of how much they just bought.
BlackRock.
Bought like 1.5 billion or just 1.6 billion last week.
Yeah, but in terms of halving, that is, to me, still significant.
So $15 billion is what's coming in, and then divide that by 365 again to get your daily, and it's tiny.
Right.
I mean, yeah, that's right. MicroStrategy bought more alone. Built 22 billion, I think, last year. MicroStrategy, which is more than the Bitcoin mined. You've got I know it's the biggest player in the world
Okay.
buying. Get it? I'm just drilling the point in, Dave, to make sure you're aware.
Yeah, I forgot what the point is. So
Yeah.
saying halving has less significance now.
Yeah, it doesn't. 15
It's
billion a
already
year.
being eaten up.
And
easily.
also the miners are not necessarily selling because they're holding a lot of them. So you've got such a lesser downward pressure, and they've got more access to credit facilities and things like that than they used to years ago for the Bitcoin miners. So they're able to then take them credit facilities as opposed to selling the Bitcoin to prolong their holding.
I can accept that. 4-year cycle's broken. Halving's less significant.
Yeah.
Fine,
Okay.
we got there in the end. What I
Glad we
would call a
cleared that one up.
disastrous start to this podcast.
And that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
The end of the cycle and the end of Bitcoin.
Mikey is still just trying to...
It's calculating
Well,
this.
trying to
Let's go down.
see how-
It's 49
million a day.
million a day now.
How
'cause-
did he get it so wrong
Well, because
so early?
there were two
AI.
incredibly different answers
They
that
were.
Google gave me.
Yeah.
I think the first
That
one was
was-
how many's left to be mined, was it?
Well, that's how many
Maybe.
were mined.
It does say that, yeah. It's completely wrong,
I
though.
just instead of how much Bitcoin, I put in how many Bitcoin, and it changed it to 180,000 to 200,000.
Right.
Google's Gemini. They got it wrong.
Don't trust AI,
AI's
guys.
ruining us.
Okay, moving on. Bitcoin advocate Machado is in the running to replace Venezuela's Maduro.
Is she the one that shared her Nobel Peace Prize with Donald Trump?
I don't think
so,
she
yeah.
is now.
She's a
Is she?
Nobel Peace
She
Prize
did win
winner.
a Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, maybe she is.
And there is a picture of her sharing it with Donald Trump on Twitter. I don't know if it's a real picture, but I've seen something.
That's because she agreed to the deal, didn't she, with it, for them to...
The deal, what? The caveat of the deal was, I'll agree to a deal with you, Mr. Trump, and
No.
Trump says only if you share your Peace Prize with me.
No. Friendly with Trump is my point.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
my word, Dave.
No, right. She obviously is friendly with Trump.
No, she was the opposition
Clearly.
leader, right? They just put
Yeah.
Maduro's second in command in
just put-
charge.
I thought that's
Yeah.
what's happened.
Is she
She
not
got-
the one that was second in command that got put in charge?
They're saying opposition
just someone-
leader, so
okay.
she's
She
not.
got the Peace Prize for being in opposition.
Right. Is she not gone in power then, the minute?
No, I don't think so.
She's third in the election.
When is the election, though?
Don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
going on.
think they're
I'm
going to
going
run
on.
one, right? Yeah.
I'm going on Polymarket
Yeah.
in terms of their data.
There's been no indication that they're going to run an election.
She's third Polymarket, so, and that's normally gets accurate.
I know very little about this then, so...
Yeah, I think they got Maduro put his second in command in charge,
Yeah,
and then that's it.
and the point is, in 2024, she had a conversation with Alex Gladstein about the benefits of. Well, actually, there was when Venezuela was turning hyperinflative. A lot of Bitcoin action was seen in Venezuela as people turned to it. So
Was it? Do we have data on that?
Yeah.
I don't think we do. I think we just have people saying it. I don't think there's any actual
Google
hard
Trends.
data.
Here we go.
You could, Google Trends and see the search volumes of
Mikey
things.
is another quick. If Mikey's on it today, he's got Google Trends, Venezuela, buy Bitcoin, last 5 years. That'd be great.
You might see but you might see the impact of Venezuela, but you'd need to put that versus like US or something and see what that then looks like, because you only see out of 100 on thingy, don't you? You don't want to type Venezuela. You want to just type buy Bitcoin and then change it to
Venezuela.
Then change it from It's because you would see it here, but that's what was reported. I mean, there's Cointelegraph did an article on that.
Right.
For how long? What's the range?
5 years.
Yeah. Ooh.
That was in 2020.
So you'd have to see.
2021.
21, yeah.
Did you say 23?
No, she sat down with Alex Gladstein in 24, but that was in. But she talked about hyperinflation, which could have been.
What about just Bitcoin? The search term Bitcoin.
Sorry, what's your point here? I was kind of zoned out.
Dave talked.
No, genuinely.
She's an advocate of Bitcoin. She has historically talked about Bitcoin being a safe haven for Venezuelans, and she's coming into power.
She's not coming into power.
She could be coming into power. She's got the backing of Trump.
No, she doesn't. Trump didn't put her in charge.
No, he put the second
He's
in
posed
command.
with a photo with her.
Yeah, but
sharing the Peace
you need
Prize.
a democratic election. You can't just have Trump put someone in charge.
Sure you do. Yeah, and you can't just.
We were arguing about this out there.
And you
at the
can't just
time.
steal countries. Trump will just put her in because he's best
Did you
mates
say you
with her.
can't steal the countries?
Yeah, it's like if Trump
Trump
will do
does
what he
what he
wants.
I don't think he will put a different party in charge. They're going to run. They
I think
have
you'll
to have an
find-
election.
I think she'll win it then if they do. Come on, it's just the
I
way
think
of the
she'll win it
world,
just
right?
because the people want it. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe. But if
Maduro
Trump-
stole
do you
the
think-
last election
do you
because he
think,
didn't
do you
actually
think
win.
if Trump supports her, she's got a better chance?
I don't know, to be honest.
Being as she'd just be a puppet there.
Surely that
I
would just
don't
depend
know.
on the public. If it's an
I
actual
don't
vote,
know.
it depends on the
Yeah, it
public.
depends on money. Most
percep-
elections just depend on money.
It depends on public.
What are you
because
talking
Because
about?
people just pay for
They
elections.
had an election in Venezuela
Yeah,
that Maduro lost, but
If
he
you
said,
look-
no, I
there's
didn't
a
lose.
correlation between how much people
It
spend
didn't
on
depend
elections.
on money.
It's
It will depend on money.
It's often a
how heavy you can campaign.
It's a
Let's not be
popularity
naive.
contest. It's a popularity contest a lot of the time.
Not when one guy loses it and just says, I won it.
Yeah, that Venezuela.
Well, that's
wasn't-
different. He was
Yeah.
in-
No, it's different. We're talking
he was-
about Venezuela.
He was in charge. If you look at any of the
He had the
modern
most
countries,
power,
just people
most money,
spend
most
it on-
influence, and he still lost it, but he said he still took the election.
So he won it. Who was in charge?
Yeah, you go live over there then.
Anyway,
Should we end this topic? Can we all tell
she's
we
an
know about-
advocate of Bitcoin. I don't know what your
Well,
point
sorry,
is
that
there.
time, the reason I asked about the timing, it might line up with when Peter was over there filming a documentary. I can't remember if he spoke to her at the time or not.
Oh,
But
he
there's
did.
actually a really good
but he went
documentary.
over there for that though, right? Because there was adoption in Venezuela for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
No,
Well, it was just,
no.
it was hyperinflation. Maduro was in
Yeah,
charge,
yeah.
yeah.
Because he went.
And I think she's talking around the same period, so it's like
Yeah, he went over and did it. I think because of the controls effectively within the country at the time, and you weren't allowed to film in the country and things like that.
But it was really good insight into Venezuela.
yeah, I
at
remember
time.
that actually. That was good.
Yeah, it was a good documentary.
So anyway, any advocate for Bitcoin coming into power, or proposally coming into power, or potentially coming into power is good. We can agree on that.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Good.
Agreed.
Next
Agreed.
topic. Move us along quickly, Molly.
BlackRock added 900 million Bitcoin as Bitcoin long-term selling forced to 2017 lows.
This ties it. Just go to the next page. At the top of the next page, I think it actually tells you, because I don't know why people keep saying BlackRock, because I know why, because it's a clickbait headline of thingy, but actually the total amount was like 1.6
Bitcoin
1.7.
ETFs attract 1.42 billion in
There
the
you go.
strongest week since early October.
So that was the combined 900. Obviously, was BlackRock, and the rest combined was the remaining.
Yeah,
But
people say calling it BlackRock is stupid, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
it's ETFs,
It's the people with ETFs.
Yeah.
Who happen BlackRock are just running it.
and they did 900 of the 1.75 billion, which they did the majority, but there's other ones.
Yeah, but it's not like BlackRock are independently making a decision to
No.
buy. Yeah.
But the point is, it was a strong week.
Yeah.
And it was. There's been slow and steady outflows for a month or so since Bitcoin all-time high in October, or a couple of months now, 2 to 3 months. So it's the first time I think we've had a pretty decent, strong inflow, which has started this year. It was started and kicked off the year as it hopefully means to go But yeah, and it was actually, I don't know if it tells you in this report, but I think the day, there was one day where it was like 1.2 billion in inflows in a day or something like that. I think it was like the second or third biggest day the ETFs have had ever.
A Wednesday.
In one of the days.
Is that it?
Which
Wednesday
was
recording the largest single day. Is that the one or not?
Yeah, that's also not true.
Oh.
840. Yeah, it's not that. Oh yeah, the biggest one was. What have they said there? Midweek, recording largest single day inflow of roughly
Since October, it'll be.
Yeah, it was about the second biggest all time in 2 years,
Right.
but it wasn't the biggest. But it's significant still. It's a good significant start to the year, and that's why you saw. Why I like this one is the correlation which we spoke about. People always say about ETFs and is it paper Bitcoin and all this sort of stuff. And ETFs honestly make more of an impact to the Bitcoin price than I think sailors' buys do. Where this had, say, nearly 900 million of buys coming in a day, and the price went from, was it 91,000 or something to 95,000-ish, and it spiked up during the day.
Are you saying that because the ETFs have to follow certain rules, or they have to have the Bitcoin in a certain amount of time and all that? Yeah.
So they have to buy, which forces the pressure, whereas Sailor buys on a slow and steady stream. He knows he's going to buy $1 billion, so he's going to do that periodically throughout a weekend, for example. But he's going to do small amounts regular, whereas the ETF comes along, someone comes in with 100 mil buy, they've got to go and buy that. And they've got to buy it by whatever time period they have to buy it by. So it does create a bigger pressure on the market, I think. In either direction, it could be on the sell side as well. But I think it was a good way to see the correlation. You can go back in history as well and look at the price charts versus the big ETF movement days, and they do correlate exactly. It's like they do have a genuine impact. So it's not necessarily people used to think they're a bad thing for Bitcoin, and some people still do. But for Bitcoin price, they definitely correlate.
Cool. Moving on then, the White House advisors confirmed the DOJ didn't sell any Bitcoin forfeit from the Samurai case.
There we go. I think there was rumours that they sold it, or someone came out and said they were going to sell it, and then they just come out and confirmed that they aren't selling it, and it's part of the Bitcoin strategic reserve.
Are we happy with how the strategic reserve ended in 2025 in terms of... I don't see as much about the strategic reserve anymore.
Well, I think if we go back to our bet,
Did they
I think me and Zakk won, did we?
I can't remember the bet.
We said...
Two, it doesn't feel like a win.
We said a state would buy, and was it Texas? Bought.
Did they?
In December, yeah.
Or did they just not sell C stuff? Because
No,
I thought most of them were along
Texas
that line.
bought for the first state bought. I think 2 states have bought now.
Really?
But I think Texas bought, yeah, which was...
What's that strategic reserve website we used to look at quite a lot?
There you go. Starts $5 million investment. And that was in December, was it? Yeah, December the 8th, which was right. And we said
Have they
one of them
bought?
would buy before... The headline kind of says that.
No, it doesn't. Don't say they
Launches
bought.
Cryptocurrency Reserve with $5 million investment.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they bought Bitcoin.
They probably
Does
bought
it?
an ETF.
Really?
Did buy
Really
Bitcoin.
clutching here.
Did they buy an ETF or actual Bitcoin?
No, I think they actually did buy the ETF. to be
Purchase,
fair.
or it does say purchase of Bitcoin.
I think they
I'll
actually...
climb down on that one. It does say that.
I do believe they bought the ETF, to be honest, but yeah.
And what funds did they use? Like actually just tax revenue?
Not sure.
Okay. That's not a bad bit of news then, is it, to end the year with?
There was also another...
Because it was getting to a
Another
point
one
where...
or two.
When was that launched? The start of 25, it felt like?
it was after Trump's, yeah, it was because of Trump's election.
Yeah.
So it was November time, wasn't it? Trump got elected.
Right.
And then, yeah, January
So
he came into
it has
power. was
taken
it?
pretty much a
And then,
year to get over the line.
Yeah.
I wasn't too far off winning that bet.
But means that one.
Be thankful for the Texas people.
I am.
Did anyone else get one across?
Yeah, I think there's 2
Bring,
of us.
How
bring,
many-
bring back that website we were
That's what
obsessed with.
I'm basically trying to trigger Mikey to bring that up.
I can't remember what it's called now.
What was it called? I think someone was up there for ages and they just all kept falling away, didn't it?
Arizona, wasn't it?
It was a random one, yeah. It wasn't one of the big ones. There we go.
Oh, no.
There we go.
They're still there.
Enacted. So who's that?
Arizona,
Texas.
Texas,
Yeah, Arizona and New Hampshire.
So that actually did there. So, okay.
So there's three
states.
in play now. Have they bought then? I think one of them did buy, because I do vaguely remember one of them buying.
Just yeah.
No, I think
Was
they've
it New
allowed the bill, but they haven't bought any yet.
Was it New Hampshire
I'll
then?
check New Hampshire.
Did New Hampshire buy? But it's a good sign in high level.
Is it a good sign? 3 states from 50?
I mean, things take time.
It's nearly 10%.
Yeah, but if you look at, they've all got, if you go back to that website, they're all...
What's that one say? The
This one.
first state to establish a crypto reserve, but then did they add anything to it? Almost looks like they didn't.
And this is it allows them to
Right.
put as much as 5% in.
So they
So
haven't
Texas is the only one that's actually done it.
bought. Texas have done it. 2 others can,
Go Texas.
Yeah.
which is great. I don't get your comment.
It
Dave.
doesn't
Well,
surprise me it's a state like Texas that's
No, neither
done it, right?
does
It's
it, no.
kind of like a maverick state that
Yeah.
kind of want a bit of independence.
Scroll down through, it's just like, it's...
Yes.
We'd be kidding ourselves if we thought that was a blistering success, right?
These are the ones that got close and pulled out.
I disagree. I think it's government, it's legislation. It takes time.
Like one state from 50 has bought.
Not all of them were racing to do it. Don't forget. So, a lot of them were.
have just got smashed out early stages.
Yeah, because they. But it depends on who's in power at the time, and then eventually there'll be a Bitcoiner in power that'll push that through.
Well,
and
my point
get
being, it was
through.
really bullish story at the start of the year, and it kind of, I feel like it's ended with a bit of a damp squib.
But at the start of the year, I think from mine and Zakk's perspective, if we've bet on one state will buy before the end of the year, we would have seen that as a success.
And maybe you're right.
And me and Zakk would then, well, I would
No,
still
you
be
do see a
saying
success. Bet on it, right?
On one of the podcasts, did we look at whether the influence of a state being red or blue had more of a impact on whether they were likely to pass it?
I think we looked into it and it was
didn't
they were
we?
more likely to have triggered a bill to like trying to push it through Congress or Senate or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I don't think, well, I mean, only one's actually bought Bitcoin, so. But it's interesting that Texas tried 4 times and they failed 3 times at the first hurdle and then just carried on.
Yeah, first hurdle as well 3 times, yeah.
Arizona got this far 3 other times.
I suppose if we look back 4 or 5 years ago, I'd snap your hand off for that happening.
Yeah. I think if you need to listen to what Bitcoin did with Danny and Michael Saylor, but
No, I think it just sounds like a bruising encounter for Danny Knowles, doesn't it?
It was unnecessary.
Why was Saylor so angry?
Saylor's correct in what he was saying. The way he delivered that message was unnecessary, probably. But you can understand the frustrations from Saylor, I think. He's going to get asked these questions over and over again. But it starts off with like Danny asking about he thought it was a bit of a letdown for 2025 for Bitcoin, etc. And Saylor actually comes in and says why it's the complete opposite and explains all the different things that have been passed for Bitcoin and all the laws and all the change to the tax
I suppose
side of things. Like there's so much that's come through in the last year that if forget the price.
Yeah, if you just focus on price,
everything
looks like a bit of a meh.
Yeah.
But actually, yeah.
But also in 2025, you got an all-time high, well, $124,000, whatever it worked out to be. So it's like there was an all-time high still at the end of the year in October. So it wasn't a bad year, really. It's just because it ended the year at almost flat and it felt a bit deflated. But it was a sideways year for a lot of the year. But the progression of the foundational building, which is things like Texas getting this through and Arizona and New Hampshire, and then eventually they're all buying them foundations, is just building stronger and stronger for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So it was a very positive year all in all, I think.
I think I agree.
It's worth a listen to that podcast.
Okay. Moving on then, Stake and Shake have claimed 10 million boosted Bitcoin reserves from their Bitcoin sales.
Great stuff.
Love to see it.
So does this mean they've been keeping it in Bitcoin and it equates to 10 million, or they've bought 10 million's worth of Bitcoin?
They bought 10 million, I think, yeah.
Should have just kept it in Bitcoin.
Well, it says all Bitcoin sales go into our strategic Bitcoin reserve, so I think
Yeah.
they do keep it as Bitcoin.
And they've increased it by 10 million, so they bought another 10 billion, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
So
I was going to say, because that's a lot of burgers otherwise, isn't it?
it'd be good spending if that was the case, yeah.
Where can you find Steak and Shake?
America.
Is it just an American franchise?
I think so. I don't think they have any in the UK.
Right. Cool.
Which is a shame, or is it?
Mm.
I've never been to a Steak and Shake. I've no idea how good it is.
No idea.
I'd kind of like to see more health food shops than any more burger chains, if I'm honest.
Oh, jeez. Christ.
Very fuming.
Um,
But yeah, no, I think just coming back, let's forget Steak and Shake and
Yeah.
who they are and health, etc. But the good, positive Bitcoin takeaway from that is a company there has started accepting Bitcoin. I've obviously seen the impact in sales go up. That's allowed them to explore Bitcoin more, I'm sure, and to delve into it, which it must have done. They've then started holding the Bitcoin they've been accepting. And then not only have they done that, it's eventually led on to them putting additional cash of theirs onto the balance sheet in Bitcoin. So it's like a positive growth story, and it's maybe something that people are missing with that headline. Like we've just straight away gone to, well, Dave's gone to, can you buy Steak and Shake anywhere else?
Yeah, that image says it all, right? They've beaten all the competition in terms of growth.
Was it for your fastest growing
Sales.
fast food restaurant?
And they're thanking Bitcoiners for it, so...
But then that's given them that direction to go and investigate Bitcoin more and understand it more. And then all of a sudden they've put it on the balance sheet at a sizable amount as well. Not necessarily for the size of the company, but it's still a sizable amount. And that's the progression of what we see similar with our companies and the businesses that buy Bitcoin with us. It's kind of, you do see that similar trend where they dip the toes in, whether it's accepting or whether it's buying a little bit, and then it grows, that confidence in Bitcoin as they learn more starts to grow and grow and grow, and they deploy more capital.
So hopefully more merchants see that growth chart from Steak and Shake.
Yeah, and they'll start to add.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very positive. Again, a good foundational building exercise for Bitcoin on the balance sheet for businesses.
Okay. Interesting last little one. The disclosure of aliens could cause a Bitcoin rush, says the former Bank of England Analyst.
This was ridiculous.
Was it just a slow news day? So it was just like, let's talk about aliens?
Did she just get asked about aliens?
Also, she's a former Bank of England analyst. Like, who is she? Does she have any credibility to anything here, or is it just because she said something stupid and everyone went with it? Because an analyst, how many analysts do the Bank of England have? Do they have like 50 at any one time or something stupid?
I mean, imagine they probably have more than one.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you think what the Bank of England might be making preparations for. Do you think they've had internal discussions about what if aliens do come?
Well, they will have done. She's also a former analyst.
So it's like
she's
it's
not
like
in
they've
there at the
had.
minute.
It's quite interesting to say that might be on their radar.
I doubt it is. I don't believe it.
No, I wouldn't either.
I think she sounds like she's a little bit crazy.
Yeah. But
I mean, it's good for Bitcoin, though, right?
yeah.
She says
Positive.
it's good for Bitcoin and says that people will go to Bitcoin, but she's trying to maybe spin that as a negative stance to try and be negative towards Bitcoin. Because I think that must be her stance there. She's telling the Bank of England, you need to do something about this, because if the aliens come and invade, everyone's going to leave you and go to Bitcoin. So she's trying to get a negative spin on Bitcoin, isn't she?
I need to see the prompt question. Did it mention aliens, or did she bring up aliens?
Yeah.
Has she been interviewed? I don't know if it's just has she not just come out with this?
It was originally in the Sunday Times, I think.
Is it just her comment? Like, why has she
Go on to this.
been asked questions? Like, who is she?
How
That's a bit
former is she?
baffles
Was she
me.
10 years ago? She just at home.
To me, she just retired at home. Thought,
Yeah.
I'm going to...
I'm just going to say something crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it says there that she wrote to the governor of the Bank of England with concerns, doesn't it?
Okay, so she's wrote too.
Because written to the
Yeah.
bank's governor regarding the need to prepare for potential.
I think she read that email back and was like, that's a great
I don't
email.
know. She'll be getting a lot of media invites right now, won't she? Because it's quite clickbaity.
I mean, we're talking about it.
Yeah. So could be.
Should we give our breakdown of analysis of why Bitcoin is an incredibly good multiplanetary currency?
Go for it.
Of
I'll set you up for this
I'm
one.
trying to
yeah.
remember. I don't know. I'm trying to remember numbers from years ago. It ran the numbers years ago, but
Do
the
you want me
point
to pull it up?
being, if you
Mikey, just go on,
Mikey's in
go on
disaster mode
Twitter.
at the moment.
it's all right. I
Yeah,
can,
yeah,
I can remember.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry.
It's crashed.
See him panicking. I've got it right over there. I can freestyle it. Bitcoin actually can be used multiplanetary. So yes, data will take time to travel, but data can travel. And this is an old number as well. There's probably updated numbers these days, but data can travel, say, from Earth to Mars within a 20-minute period, about nearly just under 4 meg, 3.75 megabyte, I think it used to be. So you could do 4 megabytes worth of data transferred from Earth to Mars, for example. which obviously a block in Bitcoin is 10 minutes. So to get the updated block to Mars from Earth, if a miner on Earth found the block, it would go to Mars, and then that would then be easily within the 10-minute period for the about 1.5 meg average block size at the minute. So you could easily use the foundational layer side of things from Bitcoin and the settlement layer of Bitcoin multiplanetary, at least from Earth to Mars distance and potentially further. You would then, the way you would then use it as a currency on the planets would be local lightning layers, should we call it? So you've got a lightning layer on Earth, which is the current lightning network, and you could have another one on Mars that can do its transactions on Mars, and then obviously settle to the settlement layer and go to the planets as well. So you could theoretically use Bitcoin quite comfortably, even in current climate and current technical capabilities across planets if you wanted to. So it probably is the best option there is out there in the world ever for a multiplanetary currency.
Nice.
Wow. What a nerd.
The first problem is, how do we inhabit Mars? That's the first
You
task.
should write to the governor of the Bank of England with this.
And explain
Following up on the
explain why Bitcoin
the
actually is the
alien
best currency
controversy.
anyway. Aliens are irrelevant, but the point of
Surely Elon Musk would love that sort of breakdown on his mission to Mars.
you would imagine someone's floated that by him already with his whole, because is he putting someone on Mars by 2030? Is it something?
I think so.
What's the deadline for
I'm
that?
sure it's 2030.
By the way, this is completely, well, it's not off topic 'cause it's space. They're going to the moon again in like a week or two, is it?
Yeah.
Who's they?
The
NASA.
US, is it? Yeah, NASA.
Oh.
But it's in like a week. Is it a week? 2 weeks?
They've got the rockets on the launch pad, so it would be soonish, won't it?
Very soon.
I thought people just go to the moon all the time these days. Is that not?
No, this is to be the first time NASA has been to it since the landing.
70s, I want to say.
I think was
There
it
was a phase of going to the moon, and then it was like, why economically, why do we keep going here?
Yeah.
was not China went to it recently as well? Did China not do it recently?
Don't know.
Somebody else did it recently. But it's first time NASA's done it since back in
Do we know why they're
decades. No idea.
Just for fun.
a test.
Little work trip.
To test my concept of Bitcoin being usable.
going? Is that what they're doing? Right.
Oh, he's talked about it before.
Elon did talk about using it on Mars. He said it makes sense to use some sort of cryptocurrency, but you couldn't use Bitcoin because reconciliation is too long.
Which he's incorrect with, which
And he
is what I
said,
explained.
Perhaps you can use Bitcoin to some degree, but it'd be difficult to use it a lot on Mars. Mars can be like 20 light minutes away, so it's not easy. There'd have to be a localized thing on Mars.
Lightning network.
There you go, localizing lightning network.
So yeah, it's just his lack of understanding of how Bitcoin can scale. But yeah.
Oh yeah, they talk about localized lightning network there.
Yeah.
They must have had a Spaces.
When was this from?
Back
This,
was in there as well.
That's not dated.
I think it was a couple of years ago now. He was talking about this.
It's good to see the Bank of England planning for it anyway.
Well, to be fair, they're not.
They're getting ahead of the
They've
game.
been told to
Former
plan.
analyst.
Letters have been
What's
been
clearly
written.
happened, the former analyst has emailed the governor, and the governor's not replied, so she's gone to the media with said email.
That is probably the case.
Yep. Okay.
I mean, the first point of call is aliens existing.
I mean, that would cause a shock in the market.
That would, yeah. I doubt.
Right.
Right, that's it, guys.
that
That's
It
all
was-
topics on the agenda covered this week.
That was a very quick
I
one.
think the price went up during the pod, so
No, stayed about the same.
no. No, I think it was in the 90s, wasn't it?
Just wait until we publish it.
Stayed about the same.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool. Let's.
Actually went down $7.
The board. Could just say here until it's above and then end.
yeah.
Yeah, close it. Just for anyone still listening as well, podcasts, obviously, we've had a hectic 9 months with Big Huddle and CoinCorner himself and some other projects that we've been working on. So, I mean, we are now probably going to change this to once a month, probably, or once every 2 weeks. Is it? Can't bother scheduling.
Once a month, we're thinking.
Once a month. So we'll love to do once a month and hopefully have a month's worth of interesting topics to talk about as well. So yeah, unfortunately, we just have to make it weekly. But we'll keep consistency at least this year.
Oh God, whoa! Don't make promises like that.
Put it on everyone now.
I mean, the problem is it's on you usually.
Well, I think this as well might give us. It probably is. It's me and Dave actually that ends up being motivated. But it might be useful as well if we were only going to do this monthly. We could potentially, if anyone listening's got questions and things, topics that you want us to talk about, it might be good to get that collected in as well, and we can talk around. We'll talk around what's in the news anyway. But if there's a particular thing that they want us to cover, it would be quite a good way to oversit.
Telegram link below.
Yep.
Join up.
Cool.
Questions then?
Yeah, subscribe.
Cool.
Like, subscribe, all that jazz.
That's meant to be.
Yeah, well, it's been a while, Danny.
Excellent. Nice one, Danny. Price has
Cheers.
gone up
Cheers,
enough
guys.
now. Cheers.
There we go.